On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
For our sins, like if we got that out of the way, right? So if we allow ourselves to just feed into our desires or just feed into our happiness, what it does is that you're feeding your flesh, and that's all you're doing. That's all you're doing is feeding that immediate fleshly need of yours. Hence, having sex, getting your nut off, whatever you want to call it, right? Discipline, on the other hand, is what is necessary for society to continue. Because if we have discipline and if we have this sense of duty, we are working towards a greater purpose. And I think that's what Anton is trying to say, is that we have to have a level of discipline. Not all the time do I want to cook dinner for my husband, but when I cook it, I know I'm fulfilling my duty, and that creates happiness within myself.
The race. That's why they have kids.
Humans have an urge to have sex. So children are a result of that. And because we do have language and we communicate and whatnot, we form these relationships and we have culture and we have civilizations where there are certain practices that happen, depending on the group. Like in some culture, it might, things are different in terms of sex and marriage and age and all these things than in American culture. But it's dependent on the culture, but those things are still there. Everybody gets together. Everybody, has sex. These are human things. Are you about to contradict yourself?
How am I contradicting myself by asking you a question? Because if it's wait. If people are just having sex, if you're telling me, because at first you were saying that people are having sex for survival and in order to populate the earth. That's largely what you said.
I'm talking
about wait. And then you started to try to clean it up and add all of the extra stuff in order to try to make sense of your point. But you said that people are having sex to try to populate the earth. I asked you specifically, and that's what you said. And then the context that you added was all of this.
Kids?
What? I'm sorry?
Why do people have kids? Mm-hmm. And I said, and I was trying to think on the broadest terms, because I know that if I started with the more, specific ones, there would have been pushback. So I tried to cover all bases from broad to specific. You said, why do people have kids? I said, it's natural to have offspring to continue on the human race. That's what I said. The same way lions want to mate, the same way frogs want to mate, whatever.
We have kids not to continue the human race because we're not thinking about each other. We have kids for our own selfish reasons. Some of us want to continue. No. Some of us want to feel good about ourselves and we want our legacy. And that's why we name them Junior into the third, into the fourth, because we think we're important.
Then I said, people have culture.
We have it for our own selfish reasons and we want to feel good. And sometimes kids is just a byproduct of us getting our nut off. That's really what it is.
I agree. I said that. I said
you didn't.
I literally just said kids are the result of having. I literally just said that, Anton. Kids are the result of having sex, and sex is an urge that people have. I said that.
Oh
You're trying real hard, Anton.
I just want y'all to just be real.
Kelly, we'll go to Rebecca first.
Just get all the way real. Let's stop playing games and let's just get all. No, you throwing all of this and human cognition. Listen, we trying to get our nut off. That's really what it is. And then we want to try to continue our legacy. And then what happens is people want to live.
You're contradicting yourself, and you're
no. And then people want to try to live through their kids. That's why people inherently have kids.
Anton,
which is no different. Which is no different than the lion trying to get his nut off. He see that chick over there, and he trying to bust it open. That's what's really happening.
Okay,
go ahead. Y'all can say what y'all want to say.
Anton, you're now contradicting yourself because at first you were talking about duty and purpose and all these things. And I was saying people do what works for them. And now you're saying people do what works for them. They're just trying to get there, whatever. You're contradicting yourself fully.
I'm not contradicting myself.
Yeah, I'm going to Rebecca next. I don't know about you.
That's cool. No. Okay, you listen. We don't do that. We don't get our thoughts off. I got all night with you. Rebecca might be pregnant and she might have to dip out. But me and you gonna get this off. We gonna have this off. What I said was we all inherently have a purpose individually so that we can benefit each other collectively. What I challenged was your position when you said that people should do what's best for them. And then I compared it with what you said the previous week when you were talking about my daughter and you were having problems with me giving her structure.
No problem.
Stop. Because I'm a C student, but I know what I said, and I got a decent memory. I said specifically, it contradicts what you said last week when you were trying to hold me accountable about giving. Stop. See, you can't even be quiet long enough because you know I'm about to cook you. You know you about to get rotisserie fried. Go ahead. I got all night. I'll be with you short. I will be with you shortly.
I'm going to cut you off when you are misquoting me and misstating what I said. Yes, I'm cutting it off because Anton, you know the power. Anton, you know the power you have over this audience. I'm not about to let you spew false narratives.
What?
I'm not. And that's why
now I'm the puppet master over the audience. They just can see when you capping. They can see when you capping.
Anton,
I'm the puppet master over the audience. Stop.
You know
we gotta get to Rebecca. We gotta get to Rebecca.
Professor X and you're Magneto. Like, yes.
Rebecca, go ahead and chime in. I know you've been
Sorry,
listening.
Rebecca.
I love this conversation so much. You have no idea. I wanted to say, God gave us free will. We're the only specimen on earth to have free will. And what happens is that to this conversation, right, about happiness and duty, it goes against, so happiness is fulfilling our flesh, our nature, right? Our nature is to be chaotic. Our nature is to go to destruction. That is our nature. That is why Jesus died on the cross for our sins. Like if we got that out of the way, right? So if we allow ourselves to just feed into our desires or just feed into our happiness, what it does is that you're feeding your flesh, and that's all you're doing. That's all you're doing is feeding that immediate fleshly need of yours, hence having sex, getting your nut off, whatever you want to call it, right? Discipline, on the other hand, is what is necessary for society to continue. Because if we have discipline and if we have this sense of duty, we are working towards a greater purpose. And I think that's what Anton is trying to say, is that we have to have a level of discipline. Not all the time do I want to cook dinner for my husband, but when I cook it, I know I'm fulfilling my duty, and that creates happiness within myself.